All right, guys, so now we're going to start our next project, and it's called Track Calorie. And in the first version of the course, we had a project called Track Calorie, but it was much simpler. This is much more in depth. And basically what I want to do is start off by creating the app just with a single app.js file. It's going to be a very big file with 5 different classes. We're using object-oriented code here. And then afterwards, we're going to refactor it to use Webpack, which is a module bundler, so that in the end, we end up having our source code here with different classes. So we'll have our main app class, and we'll bring in the tracker class, which is to track the calories. And you see there's quite a bit of code here. And then we have our storage class for local storage. We have our item classes, which are the meal and workout class. So there's going to be a lot to it. And then to basically build out our production files, we'll be able to do npm run build. And that will create a dist folder with our build files that you would upload to your server. So this is the end result. But like I said, we're going to start off by just putting it all into a single JavaScript file. Now, as far as the functionality, basically you're tracking your calories for either a day or it could be for the week or whatever. And you set a limit. So the limit's 2,000 by default. If I want to change it, I can change it here. So I'll say 1,800. And that's going to get saved to local storage. So if I reload, it's going to stay at 1,800. All right. Now, as far as the layout, it's a custom Bootstrap theme that I created. So there is a custom Bootstrap CSS file. You can see that right here. We will be installing Bootstrap and Font Awesome with npm. But to begin with, we're just going to include the static files. Now, I set the limit, so if I add a meal down here where it says meal, food items, I can click that. It'll open a form. And let's say I want to add lunch and say that that was 500 calories. Click add meal. And you'll see that it gets added right here, lunch. And then it gets added to calories consumed. We have 1,300 left because our initial was 1,800. And then we also have a progress bar, which shows, when we hit our limit, this will be full. Okay, now if I add a workout, like let's say we do some push-ups and we burn 200 calories, then that's going to take away from the total calories. You can see the progress bar went down and I've burned 200 calories. So basically, I've only gained 300 because I ate 500 and burned 200. And I have 1,500 remaining to get to that 1,800. All right, and if I add another meal, let's say we want to add dinner, which is, say, 700 calories. So that gets added. I can also filter these down. So lunch, if I type in L, you'll see it's going to filter down lunch. I can filter workouts as well. So if I put like F in here, then nothing comes up. So we can filter those. Also, we're going to make it so if we go past our limit, then we're going to have a UI effect. So let's say we add snack, and let's say it's 1,000 calories. So if I add that, now we've gone over our limit. So the progress bar turns red, this turns red, and we're basically at a negative here. All right, so, and if I delete that, it'll go back to normal. And that's pretty much it. If I want to reset everything, I'll click reset day and everything goes back. So I really like this application. It allowed me to really explain a lot of different things, a lot of different concepts, especially when it comes to, object-oriented code and classes. And then when we get to the tooling, I teach you more of a modern way of doing things. And then ultimately, we're going to deploy this to Netlify. All right, so that's it. Let's go ahead and get into it.